Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's exciting, super awesome video is about the differences that I've noticed in the last day or two between America and England, especially in the holiday season, which should not even be here yet, but let me tell you, it is here. It is here right now. Christmas is like, hello, I am Christmas. And you're like, it's not even close. It's not even Thanksgiving. And they're like, we don't have Thanksgiving. And I'm like, oh, that's why. Okay, so let us start with the very obvious. Things here are different because there are different holidays. You have different schooling arrangements, and when your vacations are is different, and that kind of stuff. Okay, so the kids here have this thing called half term. And it seems, it's kind of like I don't know how often it is, but it seems equivalent to what we would have in the US is like every 9 weeks you would have like a break for like a week, kind of like that. But then they have a shorter summer. So like they get a lot more days off, which is kind of like, I don't know. So anyway, when there's half terms or bank holidays, which are days when banks are closed essentially, then they have events mostly, and mostly main holidays they tend to fall on, these school breaks. So trick or treat and Halloween yesterday and the day before fell at the end of half term. And, which is fine because, then there's lots of kids and they have time, and then they have today off because it's a Sunday, and then they'll go back to school, I think, on Monday, maybe Tuesday. But, it's like, so it's nicely arranged so they have time to go do these things. But the difference, Ooh. So, yeah, trick-or-treat and Halloween is not big here. Like, and it's getting bigger every year, but it's not big at all. Like, at all. And, I went to face paint yesterday with Lucy as, our princesses we do for, my company. And we go out and we're face painting at an event. And that's cool, okay? So in America, when you have a Halloween event on Halloween that is kids inclusive at like a major park, like this was a major outdoor park, you would have had thousands of people. I mean, not just like 8,000, like you would have had thousands of people. And not only would you have had thousands of people, but you would have had people dressed to the nines. Like you would have had adults dressed to the nines, like top to bottom scary werewolf or like scary vampire with real fangs inserted. And here, like, we had Pumpkin Family, which I loved, and I thought they were brilliant. And, my lingo's changing because I've been here for so long, But the Pumpkin Family was amazing. They won their Halloween costume contest because there was like 4 of them all dressed like pumpkins, and it was great. It was really good fun. But the funny thing is that here, it's really different in that the costumes that kids can get and the costumes that they make are not a priority. So essentially, for Americans, we might start at the beginning of October or earlier thinking about what we're going to do if you're into Halloween, especially if you have kids, because, you're getting them ready for trick-or-treat, and to go door to door and trick-or-treat, you have to be like in costume, and you expect to pick up, baskets of candy or whatever. Here, they do that also, but the costumes, essentially, what you get is only what you would get at like Asda or Tesco or maybe a fancy dress shop, which is a costume shop. While in America, we have specialized stores and we have huge party shops and, everything. And people do things from home and they're massively into it. So, like, that's different. So, costume contests for me here are very difficult because everything that people come in, 9 times out of 10, is something bought from a store. Now, in the US, it would be really easy to judge a costume contest because for the most part, if you come in something that's bought from a store, you're not going to win. Now here, how am I supposed to judge, like when everybody is wearing the same thing? And that I found is really difficult because not this year, but last year, I was participating in a Halloween day where I was looking at costumes and stuff. Oh, it was at Christmas. It was a Christmas costume contest, and that was really hard for me because not everybody had made costumes. It was all bought. So that's a difference. The other thing about trick-or-treating and Halloween is that they're set up really differently here. So in America, where I'm from, in Ohio at least, we do trick-or-treat as it says in the newspaper, right? It says like from 3 to 5 p.m. we're going to have trick-or-treat, It's going to be in this neighborhood between these streets. Anybody who's participating is going to have a light on. Anybody who is, for some reason not allowed to participate, like felons or whatever, or, people with felonies, if it has sex abuse and that kind of stuff, they can't participate in Halloween. So, like they'll have to leave their lights off so not to go to their house, and there'll be a mark that says like no trick-or-treaters or whatever. And, and then the parents know, okay, from 3 to 5 this Sunday we're going trick-or-treating, and then the people know these kids are coming around to trick-or-treat, and there's tons, like there's huge masses of children that go around, and they're all together, etc. So basically a neighborhood shuts down for 2 hours while kids go trick-or-treating. Here, and this is the first year I've seen this, because I didn't think they did trick-or-treat at all. So apparently they do trick-or-treating, which is good, because I think it's good for people to meet each other that way. Like, it's a really different kind of holiday. But when they go trick-or-treating here, there's no defined time. So, like, I did some face painting for a friend, and like her, I think, nephews and her sister-in-law and stuff, and it was great. It was good fun. But then I was like, well, when's your trick-or-treat? Because I didn't want to do them so early, that they couldn't go out and have their face paint. And she said, oh, we'll just go out later. And I was like, but when is it? Like, and there's actually no time. Like, so the day before Halloween, it was a Friday, I want to say. Yeah, it was Friday. And they just apparently went door to door, any door, I don't know, just knock on the door, and no one, like, at any time they wanted to. Like, so that's really strange to me, because first of all, how are the people at home supposed to know that kids are coming for trick-or-treating? Secondly, how are you supposed to know the home is safe? And third, there's not lots of kids going, so how is that fun? Like, I didn't quite get it. So, yeah. So that's a little bit weird for me, because I was like, oh, what about, like, I don't know, the community aspect of it's not quite there. It's not like and then, yesterday on Halloween, kids were going trick-or-treating, which I imagine some people just might have a basket of candy at their house if they're on a major route. But, like, we weren't home, and no one knocked on our door anyway when we were. And, kids could be going around at 10 at night for all I know. I have no idea how it works. It's really bizarre. So if you're English or British or whatever, and you want to, like, write me a note below and tell me, like, how it works in your area, that'd be really helpful. Because part of me thinks it's really dangerous to do it the way that they're doing it in our area, and I would love to change it. Like, I'd love to say, guys, please, from 3 to 5, have your thing in town and around the area, and have some extra police around, and, it prevents a lot of injuries and things, because I'm sure that there was some trouble yesterday. Okay, what else is different? Besides Halloween, which is crazy. The drinking age is really different here. Not really different, it's 18 versus 21. What I've seen with that is a lot of younger people getting really trashed. And I know you get trashed beforehand anyway, but I don't think that, honestly, I think you're smarter at 21. Like, if you can try to make it illegal till 21, do it. Because these kids, oh my god. But they don't drive so much here. So it's a little bit different, because most of these people are going to the pubs or walking home, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, so that's weird, because, like, sometimes I see kids out, like, really that look like kids to me now, because I'm, like, 10 years older than that, and I'm like, ugh, why are you drinking? Like, they're like, because they're legal. Like, a little bit awkward. What else is different? Oh yeah, okay, here, because we're leading up to Christmas, I'll tell you about these things. The time delays to get things in the UK is really different. So in the United States, when I want sequins, or I need a last-minute Elsa costume or whatever it is, I will literally go down to the store and buy it. Like, at any time, day or night, 9 times out of 10, something's going to be open and I'm going to be able to get it. Here, I need to use either Amazon Prime to get it next day. If I've ordered before, like 7 or 8, I need to try to go to a major city, either Exeter or Bristol, are the two closest really to me, and the store's closed maybe at 5, so maybe 7 if you're lucky. And then if it's something that's like really, really an emergency, sometimes you just can't. So, like, for instance, medicine, okay? Not everybody gets sick on a 9 to 5 schedule. but the pharmacies 9 times out of 10 here are closed at 5. So say you had a kid that was sick at like 9 at night and you need something for him, forget it. Unless you call like the emergency hotlines or whatever, you're not getting anything. Or you can go to Tesco, which will have, normal over-the-counter kind of stuff. What else? So yeah, with these time delays, it's because England's and Great Britain and whatever's on an island. I think I did that right. Great Britain is the island bit. United Kingdom is the bit with the other bit. Yeah. So with this, you have to start thinking about things really early, because say you want the brand new Elsa doll from the United States, you have to order it, July if you can, August maybe, because it's got to come all the way over, and you got to avoid the Christmas rush and all this stuff. So that means that Christmas has already started, and a lot of people are done with it right now. And it's really strange, because I know it's been pushing back in the United States also, and like it's probably there in some places now. But I thought that it was kind of after Halloween, but before Thanksgiving, it was starting to come in, because everybody in the US was getting kind of like, Black Friday and then Christmas. So essentially, at the end of November, you would start doing your Christmas stuff. Like, you'd have a whole month. But here, most of it's done already. And the Christmas stuff has been out for probably at least 2 weeks. And this is the end of October. So mid-October, all of the Christmas stuff's been out. I mean, everything. I could get everything I want for Christmas, and I would be done. So part of that is because the pay schedule here is monthly for the most part, and unless you're on a bi-weekly schedule. While in the US, it's maybe weekly or bi-weekly. So, like, they have fewer paychecks here, so they put everything out way in advance. But it's really strange to see Christmas right now, and especially if you're not into Christmas. Like, I'm not really a big Christmas person. I always feel kind of let down about it. It's like, I mean, I'm not being like martyry, like, oh, I never get anything. It's not that. It's that I don't really need anything, and I think it's kind of like, it makes everybody frantic, and some people get kind of nasty around this time of year, and I don't care for that. Well, Stuart thinks it's like the best time of year ever, so I kind of have to be like, They also have a Christmas orange that they put in their stocking so that we don't get scurvy. It's weird. Yeah, so the queuing right now also for things is starting to get bad. So, like, when I went to the grocery store today, everybody's already buying to put in their freezers, like, Christmas dinner. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, it's the beginning of November. So, like, I waited in the queue, in the line, for, like, I don't know, 20 minutes before anyone could even get to me to help me. Like, because I was self-checkout. Like, and it... like, that is so long. Like, in the US, you'd be, like, blowing your mind up over this. You'd be like, come on, open another lane or do something. But this was, every lane was full on a Sunday. Like, that's unbelievable. The other reason could be because today's the 1st, so a lot of people got paid today. But I think it's more Christmas. And all the Christmas stuff's out. And it's just, so, okay. The thing is, right now we have to start booking things for Christmas. So, like, I put up on my site, like, oh, Christmas visits with these princesses will be this much money, and on Christmas Eve. So I'll line up like 20 houses to go to and give out little gifts and, like, have dance parties and whatever. People are already asking about it. But for me, who in my culture, we have Thanksgiving at the end of November, it's like totally overshadowed, which they don't have it here, so you don't think about it. But I have it. So this year I've planned a Thanksgiving. So I'm having all my British, Irish, Scottish, whatever friends and, family, I suppose, come over and have Thanksgiving, because I like to celebrate my heritage, essentially, even though it's like a really crappy holiday because Indians and Pilgrims and Native Americans or whatever and bleh. But whatever, it's just about, having a meal. So everybody says, yeah, they really want to have one because they haven't had American food, and the food's really different, what we have for Thanksgiving. Like cornbread, they don't get here. Cream corn, you don't really get here. What else? Pumpkin pie, you don't get here. So yeah, there's like a lot of like weird different things. So I've been putting that together and trying to put off all of the Christmas until after Thanksgiving. because I'm doing my Thanksgiving on November 29th. So it's like, yeah. So for now, that is my little English holiday differences between us and America. Well, America and them. I'll separate it because I'm totally American. I find it really hard with the lack of major holidays here. And sorry, I still have a cold. I have to like swallow, but it's really strange because things are so different here. So yeah, I'm kind of getting sucked into Christmas already, and I'm like, no, don't make me do it. I don't like it. And I have like literally on my shelf, I have like 7 bags already packed full of stuff for people. They're already wrapped and ready to go, like Stuart's gifts, and I have Lucy's gifts, and I have Jackie's gifts, and blah 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 blah. And it's like, why do I have this all already? It's so early. Anyway, yeah, so hopefully everybody will really have a good time at Thanksgiving this year, and I can kind of feel like, yay, I'll have an American day, more or less, because it's like American party. We're even going to watch like American football, because it's not soccer. And, it'll be fun. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And then people will kind of get an idea of, why I'm always like, it's so early. Because I think sometimes people look past the fact that clearly I'm a different culture. So once in a while, we do kind of just look over and look past my own holidays and my own events and the things that I would be doing at certain times of year. And it gets really frustrating because I've been here this time of year every year for 3 years. And it's like my favorite time, like Halloween specifically is my favorite. So it can be really hard to deal with. But anyway, that's it. So, yeah, those are just some differences. There's loads more. I mean, I will write them down. I had to write down these, like on my book, so I could remember even these 5 ones to talk about. But I'll write down more because there's so much different here. Like, you would think because we all speak one language, we'd be more alike, but we're not. And then, of course, people don't want to be Americanized here, and they've pointed out this to me a few thousand million times. So, yeah. Sorry, you're going to be Americanized eventually. We're taking over the world. Woo! I don't know what that was. That was like a popcorn. Because here they have sweet popcorn, and we like salty. Yeah. Mind blown. Anyway, talk to you guys in my next video. Remember to subscribe. Leave me a comment below. And suggest something if you want to know something. Let me know. Talk to you later.